Being stranded out in the ocean is not a nice thing at all. Being stranded on your own little island though, maybe that's okay. Who knows? This island right here, along with the cave that is inside and the workbenches, is all mine. So what are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna use it as our staging post to take on some of the Bungeling Raiders out in the ocean and hopefully destroy them. That is right, there are Bungeling Raiders. That means there are ships out there that are willing to destroy me. So let's see what we can do. There is currently an emergency out there in the ocean somewhere, and we need to deal with it. So, what we need to do first then is actually build ourselves some sort of rescue vehicle and get out there into the ocean and rescue whoever it is. What is this? It says green fishing boat has gone missing. Search the area and locate the emergency. The vehicle has activated its transponder. Use a transponder locator to hone in on the signal. Okay. I'm actually really excited about this one because I've never started on this island before, and I think it'd be really cool. We have a workbench right here to build a small vessel right there. If we go this way, I believe there's another one inside in case you wanted to build one in here. And there's this thing. So if we run around the side, we have a workbench right here to create a structure. I've never actually done one of these, so this could be kind of fun. Okay, well, let's get straight to building then. This is one of my favorite parts of the game, of course, because building is actually kind of fun. Anyway, what we'll do is we will actually add a rope anchor directly to the front of this thing, just like so. And then we're actually going to go ahead and just move this to the front. There we go. That's where we're going to start building. So, instead of building it downwards like I normally do, I think I'm actually going to start building out from the front like this first. It could be kind of weird doing it this way, but in the end of the day, I actually think this will be pretty cool. So, there we go. That's a really nice shape so far. Alright, well, we're then going to go ahead and send it down by one. We're going to zoom it backwards quite a bit, just like this, and realistically, I should probably use the entire space, but I'm probably not going to do that. So, let's go ahead and just chuck, like, two of these on there. There we go. Or one of those. Chuck this guy onto here and attach it together at the back. Alright, that is a nice little shape for the starter boat. At least I think so anyway. Okay, let's go and delete this guy right here. We will replace it with this dude's. There we go. And we'll actually just start sending it around from there. I think that's probably fine, but actually I don't know. I have no idea. Alright, there we go. Send that to there. Go ahead and attach the rest of these guys as well, which is these dudes. And then we just need the one bys just like so. Alright, attach this guy directly onto the front. So far, so good. You know, what might be kind of nice from here is to actually send it down using these guys and actually having a bit of a dip right there. I think that's actually going to be really cool. So, if we can, we're going to go ahead and continue with this, going backwards. We're going to go ahead and grab this guy and shove it on there like this. There we go. And zoom it all the way backwards to there. I think then, on the side, we can just go ahead and use these guys all the way to the back. Yeah, I feel like that's going to look pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and fill in that little bit at the front, and then I think we're going to send it back to one bys now, so that's going to go on the bottom of there. We are going to go ahead and attach one of these guys onto here, send that backwards to there. We're going to grab one of these dudes, shove that on there all the way to here, and zoom it backwards like so. Alright, yes, that is definitely what we need. I guess at the back, we're going to have to sort of seal this bit off as well, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this. We are going to attach one of these guys onto there, and we're going to attach one of those guys onto there as well. Okay, now realistically, I don't really want to seal it off like that, because I don't think we've got enough depth yet. So let's go ahead and zoom it down a little bit more. We're just going to zoom it backwards from here, just like that. And I guess I need to do something with the back end. I don't know what I'm going to do just yet, but I think we're just going to have to delete those. Maybe? I don't even know. Shove that guy onto there and do this. And I guess we can just keep it coming down. Yeah. I'm going to do one more layer, I think. And then we can seal it up from there. Alright, back end is sealed up, although this looks very ugly, and we might end up changing this. The front end is actually fine. So, let's go ahead and seal this bit up right here. Attach all of this together on the floor, on the bottom. There we go. And that's a decent looking hull, I think. I do feel like adding this around the top might be quite nice too, but I need to figure out where the floor is going to go, and I guess all of that stuff. There's quite a lot extra to actually worry about here, but I think if I attach all that on there like that, that is fine. And then I can try and figure out what to do on the inside bits. Possibly just this. Yeah, you know what? Actually, we will probably just get away with that. There we go. Do those guys. And finally, one of these. There we go. And then we can attach this guy onto there like that. And this guy onto here. And that looks kind of like a rib. A little bit. Okay, let's sort this bit out really quickly as well, because it needs sorting. So just chuck one of these on there like that. There we go. And send it backwards. Hey, there we go. We're then going to go around the outside back here like this. Do-do-do-do-do. There we go. And I'm just going to go and chuck one of these guys on there as well. I do think I am going to have it be flat there, though. So I'm going to do this kind of thing. I think... I don't actually know. We'll leave this bit for a second whilst I deal with this. So, realistically, this is going to come down as well. There we go. Attach that onto there. And then we're going to do an internal thing like this. And an external thing like this. There we go. And actually, we might as well just do this. Bam. Okay, yeah, that works, I think. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and chuck these guys on here as well. There's one, there's two, and then we just need to do these two as well. Here we go, 1 and 2, and then just chuck that guy in there like that. Okay, so far so good. Underneath each of these, we are going to go ahead and put a floor in, obviously. There we go, and chuck it all together. Hey, beautiful. All right, I'm actually just going to go ahead and do this as well. I don't know why I'm missing so much, but there you go. Chuck that under there, do that to there. Awesome. Okay, we have a hole. Okay, so, first things first then, I'm going to go ahead and change the color of this thing to be a grayish color. Just like that, that kind of works. Then we're going to get a lighter gray, and I'm going to make the deck sort of that color. There we go. And then we're going to try and do everything else that we need to do as well. I actually like the idea of maybe making it longer, possibly. But if we made it longer, we'd have to make it wider, so I'm thinking a small boat makes sense anyway. Alright, ladder time. Ladder's gonna go in right there, ladder is gonna go in right there, and I'd like to add a ladder directly in the center as well. So, that is 13. If we go over 5, this is where it starts and where it should be. Bam! Okay, we got ladders on board. Beautiful. The next thing I'm going to do is, in the middle of where all of the ladders are, we're going to go ahead and chuck a rope anchor. And then we're going to attach all of those together via a rope. Alright, that obviously makes sense. Bosh. Alright, very good. So far, at least. I think another thing that I'm going to do as well, actually, is delete this bit. And I'm going to lower it down by 1. Because I think it's just a little bit too high right now. So if I drop that down to there, we can go ahead and zoom this to the back. That's fine. And then on the edge, I'm just going to go ahead and seal it off with one of these. There we go. Alright, all the way to the front. I think that's definitely going to make it look nicer and probably, at the end of the day, work nicer as well. At least I hope so. So, chuck that into there. Alright, I'm going to seal off the bottom edge. We're going to do this. And I'm going to go ahead and chuck those guys into there like that. Alright, so far so good. We're then going to change the color of the deck to be like this. And that's awesome. Alright. Don't know what I'm going to do with this piece. I think I should just shove it back in there like that. That's fine, right? Maybe? Okay, I think it's sort of cabin time now, so we need to decide where the cabin is actually gonna go. So what I'm thinking we do is we just build this bit up flat, except that, no, maybe that piece as well. And then we, oh no, maybe not that bit. We're gonna attach this guy to here. It's gonna be a very, very skinny cabin. But maybe that's okay. I actually don't know. I'm gonna chuck those guys onto there, and I'm gonna do this. And then I think, actually, I might send this bit this way as well. There we go. So we'll keep that involved. There we go. Chuck that backwards. We'll actually seal this bit up right here. And I think I'm just going to shove a helm in there. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Maybe? Okay, yeah, so far, so good. So far, so good. Okay, I did say it was going to be a cabin. So back here, we're going to go ahead and build this up as well. And I might actually add a bit of a box at the back. So we'll actually shove a box like right here. There we go. And I don't know what's going to go in the box, but we're having it. I have no idea what this is going to be about, actually, but it's fine. Okay, so far so good. And then we're going to raise this up and then put a little roof on it. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and chuck these guys on here. And that's going to be the supports for the roof. And then obviously we're going to just chuck a roof directly on top of that. And hopefully that's all good. Chuck that across there, just like so. Fasten it all together. There we go. And I mean, I guess that's fine. It sort of doesn't look fine, though. It looks a bit weird. It looks very weird. What if we did this? Oh, that might be nicer in the long run, but I don't know. All right, chuck that onto there. Back end we'll leave as is for right now, but yeah, I think that's okay. Oh yeah, okay, so she floats. She doesn't float perfectly, but we can sort that out. And then we need to add a machine gun to the front and probably some seats to the back. Yeah, that's right, we're gonna have a machine gun. We're also gonna have outboard motors, possibly 2 of them. So we're gonna mount those on the rear as well. But so far, I don't think this looks too bad. Alright, so let's go ahead and sort that out then. So what we're gonna do is add a rear structure on this. Probably like 2 tall, there we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and box that in like that. We're gonna chuck this guy across the back. And I guess I'm gonna do this too. Which is a bit weird, but yeah, that's fine. And then we need to, oh, maybe I don't do that. We won't do that for just yet because I need to add the motors. And the motors are going to be done via these things. So let's go ahead and chuck them on the back. Like this. There we go. And the power is actually going to come from within the boat. It's not like the most normal way of doing things, but it's not a bad way of doing it. So pipe, we're going to go ahead and chuck that directly into the inside. There we go. We're then going to grab other pipes and we're going to chuck it down to the inside. And then we're just going to, yeah, attach it all together. So that goes there. Zoom it down inside like that. And do this. Bosh. We can then have an engine in here that actually powers these guys, which will then power the motors and the propellers that we put back here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start sorting this out then. That's going to go on there like that. We're going to chuck this guy on here. Of course, this is sort of all for show anyway, because these don't do anything. But that's fine. Okay, so from there, we're just going to go ahead and chuck... I might actually just do it like this. Yeah. I was going to have it angled to begin with, but I don't see a point in that, actually. No, I don't. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and chuck these guys onto there like this. On this side, we're going to do the same sort of thing. But obviously, I'm going to have to fill it all in as well. There we go. Chuck that on there. Go ahead and chuck these guys on as well. Bosh and bosh. And then we need the propeller poking out the bottom. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's add a pipe this way. There we go. Now that it's on the inside, I'm going to go ahead and have it come down. And then once it's down, maybe twice, we're going to send it backwards. There we go. So it's down to send it backwards. And I might actually just put a propeller directly on there. Here we go. Aha! Okay, that sort of works. Yeah, I don't see why not. Okay, let's go ahead and seal this bit up right here, like this. And I'm just going to chuck one of these guys on there like that. Alright. It doesn't look the nicest, but hopefully it works. Oh, I didn't realize, and I completely forgot this was a thing. Okay, so it is actually a small pivot that can rotate freely about its axis. So you can send power through it, but there's no point in this sort of situation. Unfortunately. Oh, yikes. Okay, so we need a way to actually twist it then that isn't that pivot, which is fine because I think I can just add another one. And do it that way. So, yeah, we can probably do that. Let's just go ahead and shove this on here. Like that. There we go. We're going to do this on here as well. Other way around though. So actually it's going to attach onto here. And this side is going to attach onto here. There we go. We then merge that with that, this with this, and that will actually now work. And it will steer, so that's good. I'm going to go ahead and shove a battery in the back like so, and now we're going to spawn it in and see what it looks like. Honestly, I feel like this will actually work quite nicely. That's looking good so far. Still need more weight at the back, but once you got engines in there and fuel, it should be okay. Alright, 2 little engines are gonna go straight in. Realistically, I could have actually just built these onto here, but that ends up being quite bulky sometimes, and I don't really want to do that. So we're gonna build them on the inside and hope for the best. Whether this works or not, I don't know whether it will, but here we go. So that's gonna go in there. Exhaust is on that side, fuel is on this side. Perfect. coolant is on this side and air is at the top. And then here is actually where the power comes out. So we're just going to go ahead and chuck that going backwards. There we go. And we'll have it go straight down into the boat. Yes. Alright, we can then put, like, generators in there. We can also put a gearbox in there, and then we can attach it to the pivot. Alright, so on the inside then, we're going to go ahead and put one of these. We're going to then, actually, I'd like to do all of the pipes on the inside in not sealed pipes. That makes sense. Gearbox is going to go over here. No. Actually, gearbox is going to go straight on there. Yeah, straight from the engine, 2 gearboxes. We're then going to have a pipe that goes both ways, like this. I'm going to go ahead and shove this under here. We're going to get a generator, and that is going to be on there like that, and there like that. And we're going to connect these to the back. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so pipe straight through there, and a pipe up to the top, please. There we go. So now the engine is piped in. It has generators, it has gearboxes. We're going to make sure we have a reverse gear, because that's something that I always forget. And we're going to go to 3 to 1 on the first gearbox. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so first things first, fuel. We're going to go ahead and attach the fuel together. However, we're going to do it in a bit of a weird way. We're going to send it out sideways a little bit, and then we're going to add the fuel. So if I go to tanks, I don't like the idea of actually doing it this way, particularly, but we're going to do it anyway. So we're going to have 4 tanks on either side. Is that crazy? Maybe a little bit. We're then going to attach them together with pipes on the inside, just like this. And then we're going to send it upwards to above so that we can refuel this from wherever this... from wherever this is. I'd actually like to refuel it from here, so we're going to do that. Okay, hose connector, gonna go on there. On either side, we're gonna have to add fluid ports. Main reason for that is air relief on the bottom, and that would just make sense to do. So, pipes, we're gonna need a cross pipe, shove that in first. We're then gonna need the angle pipes to go on there as well. Oh, that doesn't quite work, does it? Because we need the gas things. Alright, hang on. Gas relief valves, there we go. Right, this is the weirdest way of doing this, but here we go. Chuck that on there. Then chuck it on here, and that will work. Alright, next thing then is air supply. Let's go ahead and have it come up here. We're going to send it this way into there. We're then going to have it come up from there, and that's going to be where the air supply comes from. So chuck those guys into here, paint it as is, and send it all the way back. Yep, you guys know how this goes. It's fine, right? So chuck these guys on here. 1, 2. We're then going to send it through the floor. Obviously, just like this. And then we'll attach all this together and hope for the best. That's kind of how most of my stuff works. We just hope for the best everywhere, don't we? Alright, here we go. Angled piece. Chuck that on there like that. And then we're going to paint all of these bits just like so. Alright, cool. Okay, exhaust. I think the exhaust should come out of here, so that's what we will do. Let's go ahead and delete these into the vessel itself. Alright, that works. We're going to go ahead and just pipe it all the way, actually. So, even from the top. There we go, into the inside. Go ahead and send this over to here. There we go. Send this one forwards, obviously. And then we just need a straight pipe to connect those together. Excellent. And then up here, if we go ahead and add air, we can actually just shove these guys on the back. Alright, exhaust is in. Alright, as for coolant on this thing, I'm actually going to go ahead and delete these guys. I'm going to chuck this on here. We'll chuck one of those guys right there. And I will actually be sealing this off, sort of, like this. We're just going to go ahead and chuck it here. Yeah, this is going to be the coolant. So through the floor, if we can attach them to the engines in a nice, orderly fashion, that would be great. Although this is a bit in the way. You know what? No, I've decided against it, but I don't know where I'm going to put them. I might do something kind of unusual. I think I might actually just put them in the floor. Yeah, that is extremely unusual, actually. But if I can fit them in here and somewhat seal them up, that would be amazing. But I don't know if fuel tanks actually seal things. I feel like they don't. But that would have been really cool. I actually really like the way that looks. Oh, okay, we're just gonna shove them in the side. Not the greatest place for a radiator, to be totally honest with you, but it is in there, so let's go and attach those up to the engines, and then we'll see if all of this works. We then need to attach our weapon to the front, our ammunition needs to go in here, we need bilge pumps on the inside, and we need a bunch of equipment as well. And there we go. So this is what it's going to be sat like in the water once it's full of diesel, and obviously the engine is in there now, so it's looking lovely. I would like a bed on this, but we're not really going to have the room, because I'm going to add seats back here so that we can actually transport whoever we rescue in the end, and yeah, ammo and stuff like that. We need to add that stuff now, so let's add a bunch of equipment really quickly, then we'll add some dials so we know how much fuel we've got, how fast we go, stuff like that, and then I'm not sure what, so yeah, we'll figure some more things out. I am actually going to shove a cable anchor in here. That is going to allow us to charge this thing if we ever need charge. We're going to go ahead and add a cable as well. That just makes sense to have one. So we're going to add a cable back here. We're also going to add a hose back there as well, just like that. On the sides at the front, we're going to have, on one side, we're going to have a fire extinguisher. Like this. There we go. And on the other side, we're going to have a welder. Yep, just like this one. There we go. And then I would actually really like to add an underwater welder somewhere as well. It's kind of necessary we do have one, so I might just chuck it in there. And then on the other side, we're going to have a defibrillator. There we go, so that's going to go in there. Alright, that's a bunch of equipment that we needed. Then we're going to need some first aid kits, so let's go ahead and get some of those. Yes. I'm just going to add them in here. We're going to have 1, 2, 3. That'll do. Yeah, that'll do. You know, I am actually going to add a rear connector thingamabobby as well. That makes sense. And I'm actually going to go ahead and add some rope into the sides if I can. Where is the rope? Wait, there it is. So we're going to go ahead and add one in there. And I'm going to add one in here. There we go. In the other pieces, I don't really know what else to add. I'm just going to add more first aid kits. Yeah, there we go. First aid kit, and another 2 first aid kits down there. Alright, we are in a good situation here then. One of the only other things that I want to add is a heater, I guess? And that is going to go in here. I hope I haven't deleted anything there. It's just going to go there like that, and I'm going to delete this guy. I'm going to put a button in, and that is going to be for said heater. So, it's going to have to be pointing down, that's fine. Go ahead and type in heater. There we go. And we'll connect that directly up to... What? Enables heating element when receiving an on signal. Allows an external on-off signal to control whether or not the button is pressed. Oh. You know why that confused me? Because oh my goodness. Because I've named this heater, I was like, why does it have 2 things? It's the button. Alright, that was really dumb. That was really, really stupid. Alright, whatever. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and connect all of these things to the electricity, because I can. There we go, including like the ropes and the fire extinguishers and stuff like that. Okay, right, good situation now then. In fact, we're in a really good place. I need my dials, I need some lights, and I still need the machine gun. Alright, so, delete this one and this one. We're going to add dials into both of those. Yes, indeed we are. So that one's going to go there, that one's going to go there. One side is going to be fuel. Realistically, this side should be speed, actually. Speed, and this side is going to be fuel. Okay. The battery dial is going to go here. Oh, it can't. Battery dial can go there then. Alright, that's fine. So, battery, excellent. Let's go ahead and connect all of those to the electricity as well. There we go. And I'm going to connect that to the battery to see the charge. Okay. As for fuel, I'm going to add a bunch of adds to this so that we can figure out how much is in all of them put together. Oh, before I forget as well, we actually need a clutch in here somewhere in order for this to actually work, because otherwise it will not work. No. Okay, don't know where this clutch can go. I actually currently don't have anywhere the clutch can fit. Ah. That is actually a really big problem. Idea. I've got an idea. Clutch is going to go right there. We're going to go ahead and pipe this into the clutch. We're going to have to move this piece. That's fine. Delete that, delete this, and that. There we go. Oh, a lot of effort is going to go into replacing a bunch of stuff so that we can fit a clutch. But it really needs one. I forget with the normal engines, you don't actually get one in the engine. Okay, well anyway, connect those back together. That's the coolant sorted again. This is going to come from here, go down, go back around. Oh, am I not doing this on both sides? Ah! Okay, we're in a situation now then where all of our dials actually work because I've added them all together. Could have used a microcontroller for that, but I think it's easier just putting the logic in. That's fine. What I want to do now is actually add some seats. We're going to use padded seats, I think, and we're going to use this color. So, let's go ahead and do this. There we go. Add a padded seat onto there. We're then going to do this on the back. We're going to do one of these, and then I'm just going to add some pipes. Yeah. Not really the nicest looking seats in the world, but, you know, they're in there. There you go. And we're going to do a few of these. So, as many as we can sort of fit, actually. So, copy that, paste it into there, and another one into there. And that's as many as we can actually have, unfortunately. It's just 6 seats. That'll be fine. Okay, seating is in. Now we need to worry about lights. So we're going to add a rotating light to the top. I just really like rotating lights. Don't ask me why. I have no idea why I like them. Anyway, that's going to go up there. We're then going to go ahead and attach a normal mounted spotlight, just like this, directly on the top. As for nav lights, I think I'm going to delete the back too. I guess. I'm going to chuck that guy on there like that, and I don't know what I want to do here. Do I want to do this? That seems weird, because the nav light isn't actually in the right place. But actually, if we do this, then maybe that's fine. That's kind of a really strange shaped roof now, but yeah, sure, we're going to go with it. On the rear, we actually want a white light anyway, so that's fine. And then we just need to color these and add buttons so they all turn on, and that's good. Okay, lights are all in. I'm not gonna have that. I'm gonna get rid of that one. We need to do something up there to make that look a little bit nicer. We are running out of money. We only have $5,000 left, but we still need to add a machine gun. I really want to get to it. So, machine gun. They have large ammo boxes now. Didn't realize. How much is a machine gun? $50. That's it. All right. Bam. It's in. No, clearly I'm not going to do that, but we will shove it there for now, and we'll start adding the bits that we need to add in order for it to work. So, we are going to need a velocity pivot to begin with. That's going to go on here. I'm going to chuck that right there. I'm going to add a pipe to bring it upwards. 1, 2. Actually, maybe just 1. We're going to go ahead and attach this guy to here, and I'm going to do this. We're then going to add another pivot in the form of a robotic pivot, and that's going to go on there like that. We're then going to shove, that there, and this here. There we go. So we got a machine gun. Alright, that's fine. It's not actually central, though, and I kind of want it to be. Oh, it is going to go here. Alright, that's fine. And then we need the ammunition to go on there. Oh, we can't have the big one. It has to be the small... Unless it goes the other side, actually. Hang on. If I just do this, we can actually have the big ammo box go on the other side, and that'll work out fine. Aha! Okay, so we're going to go with incendiary rounds. That's all fine. I'm then going to delete these guys, and I'm going to shove some extra ammo in there, because I might need it. So, incendiary. There we go. Okay, we have spare ammunition in the center. I'm actually going to go ahead and add some spare stuff with this as well. I think that makes sense. There we go. And have another little tiny box in the middle. Alright, now the handle is going to go on the front. There we go. That is a good situation so far, I do believe. So I can run from here, get onto the gun, shoot things if I need to, and then retreat back to the inside. Alright, so far so good. Uh-oh. Okay, so we got no bulkheads in here as of right now, but it's not really a massive area, so what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to get some pumps, and we are actually going to add 4 bilge pumps into here. Hopefully all of which will work. Who knows though? I don't. So if we add a pipe directly onto this, there we go, send it inwards, we can get a fluid port and chuck it directly onto there like that. There we go. And then we can just have it send up and out. Is that not a nice place for it? It's not. We can send it out of here. There we go. So fluid port goes in right there. And all we need to do is attach that to there via a pipe. So attach that onto there, send it up into there, that's fine. So we've got 2 bilge pumps so far. I'm going to add another, possibly 2, but probably just 1. Actually, no, we'll just leave it with 2. 2's fine. As long as I can repair these guys eventually, that's okay. Being able to get downstairs would be kind of nice, so we're going to add a hatch directly into here, right below the driver's seat. And that will be good. Okay. Do they have electricity? Yes, indeed they do. Does everything have electricity? Yeah. Alright, we're going to go ahead and add a... Actually, you know what? We'll do it on a button. The bilge pumps will work via button number 5. Bosh, bosh. That's fine. What we're also going to have to do is add another one of these anyway, so chuck that in there. We're going to have to add a gas relief valve in here too, and then we chuck that on the bottom. Alright, we are in a good situation now, where everything should work. And, whoops. That is almost our fully built boat. I don't want to respawn it just to check, just to fix that. So, you know, I need to respawn it anyway, because I don't have the controls. So, how is this going to work? W and S is going to control the clutches. There we go. Up and down is going to control the throttles. There we go as well. Left and right doesn't need to control anything, so that's fine. We're going to merge these two together. Hopefully that's okay. And I think that's our full boat sort of done. If this works now, I'm going to be super happy. Also, can't really see right now, so we're going to go inside, and I've added a bed. That is correct. We're going to go ahead and sleep through till morning. There we go. Hopefully I can get out of here. Yes, I can. We're going to open this back up. We're able to jump out of here, I think. Oh, I'm swimming. How am I swimming? All right. We can jump out of there. There we go. We can then close that back up, and that's fine. And we're in a good situation. Okay, so do the nav lights work? Yes. Okay, do the spotlights work? I've only got one, and it's on the front? Yes. Does the engine work? I think it does. Okay, and can we drive? The answer is yes, however, it does appear to be quite slowly. Very slowly, in fact, and our steering is inverted. Okay. This is why you test things, but that's okay. As soon as we get back, we can change that. Let's go ahead and get out of here and see if we can use this. Okay, I mean, up and down works, but left and right is seemingly not doing anything. And now, with a few tiny modifications, I feel like our boat should be fine, ? Maybe, who knows? Right, we're going to jump across. Let's go and start the engine. Let's throttle it up and go, go, go! Get me out of here. Alright, what kind of speeds are we going to get out of this? 7? Alright, hopefully we can go a little bit faster than 7, because although it's faster than it was, there we go. It's not really fast enough if we only go 7. We are in a good situation now. Does this work? Not as great as it should. I've never got the mouse aim to work very well. Never. And it does fire. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's going to be perfect. Okay, good. I am really happy with this. Battery's fine. Speed is great. Fuel is fantastic. We're in a good place. That ammo box is huge. It is a little bit in the way. But honestly, this boat turns on a dime. It moves really nicely. Our cooling isn't on. Let's turn that on. There we go. And I do kind of need some dials for cooling and stuff like that. Because I don't know how warm my engines are right now. I'm assuming they're fine, but I don't know. Anyway, what mission do we currently have? Search the area and locate the emergency. Okay. You know what? I don't want to do that mission, but we'll wait for the next one. Okay, we got a new mission. It just says rescue 4 casualties to a hospital. I didn't think about it where we are right now, but there are really no hospitals sort of nearby. So that's going to be interesting. There is also a small-sized helicopter over here that we might need to worry about. But let's go ahead and see if we can do this first mission ourselves. You know what, actually, the fact that I can't actually tell where I'm going is a bit of a problem. So, we're actually going to go ahead and return back to our base. We're going to implement a... Well, I think we're going to implement an autopilot. And we might actually add some other stuff too. So, yeah, let's return back home. And I guess a compass would be quite nice as well. Let's return back home and add those things. Alright, so, compass sensor. Let's go ahead and shove one of those guys directly into here like this. I believe that is something you can actually look at. We don't need a compass ball because it pretty much does the same thing. So that's good. We're then going to need to get ourselves a keypad, like this one. And that's going to have to go somewhere too. I don't know where though. Maybe we could actually just have it in the side? Is that really weird? Is that kind of a strange thing to do? Maybe? But maybe not. Who knows? So we're going to go ahead and just chuck that right there like that. We're going to shove a button right next to it. It is going to be a push button. There we go. And we're going to delete that guy and this guy. And I'm just going to go ahead and shove these guys in. There we go. And there we go. Yeah, I feel like that works actually. Oh, actually, no. Delete that guy. Shove this one into here like this. Delete that one. Grab a dial, and I'm going to shove the dial in there, and then I'm going to go ahead and shove this guy under here. Main reason for that is so that we can see a distance on this guy. I feel like that makes sense now. Yeah. Okay, so I've implemented a GPS. The GPS that we are using is called... What is it called? GPS autopilot? That doesn't seem right. It's this thing right here. Anyway, what we're going to do now is actually... I had something in my brain, and now I can't remember. There's something that I needed to do. I really can't remember. Okay, right, dials. Yes, I need to get a dial. This is going to be for each engine. We're going to go ahead and shove it here and here. Let's go ahead and grab this dial here, like this. There we go, 1 and 2. Left. Engine temp. And we need right engine temp. So, copy this. We'll go 150. There you go. Shove it in here. Right engine temp. 150 again. There we go. So left and right is going to be... This one is left over here, obviously. I say obviously, like it's obvious, but maybe it's not. And right is there. Okay, we're in a good situation now. I think we are fully ready to sail the seas. Look at her. I think that looks pretty good. Realistically, I wouldn't mind actually changing the colors on this, so I might do that now. Guys, we have a red boat. It is so red. Yes. Okay, mission is to go down here. So, let's set ourselves a waypoint. Make sure that there are no enemies sort of nearby. This one scares me a little bit. I don't want to fight a medium vessel. Oh, one last thing that we need to add. It is actually extremely important. Like, really important. Chaff. Yeah, which is actually a flare launcher. So we gotta add a bunch of these. Yes, indeed we do. Where are they gonna go? Well, I'm actually just gonna shove them in the floor. There we go. Alright, we'll do the same thing over here. Is 6 enough? Probably not. We'll actually shove some here as well. Okay, I need to paint all of these things to make sure it's all A-okay. There we go. This bit down here, paint like that. There we go. And that little bit right there. Excellent. And then I need to turn all of this into chaff. Which is like this. There we go. And then we can go ahead and connect them all together. Connect them to a button. And then if we ever get a missile fired at us, we should be okay. Maybe. Alright, well, we're on the boat again. Let's go ahead and start our engines. Let's get moving. And Then I guess we can set the GPS. So, let's shove it into there. There we go. Whack it on. We have 3,000. Oh my goodness. I don't think this is going in the right direction. I really don't think it is. We're going past here. Nah, maybe? I don't know. Well, we'll see when we get there, I guess. We are going a decent speed now, at like 20. And our fuel situation is fine. Okay, yeah. Alright, we're in an alright situation then. Let's just sail away. What is my button for nav lights? It is 3. Alright, nav lights are on. And we are going. Beautiful. Okay, well, it is nighttime now, so let's go ahead and get our spotlight on. I do wish I had third person, which is something that I think we will actually add. But yeah, there's the boat that we are rescuing dudes from. I don't know what hospital to take them to just yet, but that is something we're going to have to try and figure out. Kind of, I guess. So we'll sail over a little bit closer, and then we will go ahead and grab all the dudes. There should be only 4 of them, so they should fit on my boat. And then we can take them wherever we need to take them to. Alright, I'm going to leave the ones that are in the water right now. There is one guy right here, and I think there might actually be another guy in the water at the front. So let's go find the other guy as well. This dude... Wait, I can't get out of here. I actually got stuck in that little hole right there. Right, okay, so there's 2. And is this the third one? Oh, is this the guy that I just dropped off? It's not. Alright, we're good. We are good. Let's go ahead and shove them on my boat. And then we can get out of here. Do I even have a reverse gear? I think I do. Alright, come on. There we go. Very nice. Grab you. Very nice. And you. Come here. Very nice. Okay, we got it in reverse. Let's go. There we go. Very nice. Not that we particularly need a reverse gear, because this thing sort of just works. Anyway, there is a hospital boat. I think that's what we're going to use now, so turn this on. Start your engines and go! Okay. Hopefully that works out. I think it might. Maybe. We'll see. We're apparently 6,000 meters away. We have a lot of fuel, so we should be fine there. And we go around 16 to 20 meters per second, which is pretty quick. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, right, we are actually finding some issues with the boat here, and the issue that we have right now is, it's actually that the propellers keep going out of the water, and that's an issue, because every time they go out of the water, we stop moving, and every time we stop moving, well, we stop moving, and that's a problem. So yeah, we might need to do something about that. Anyway, we're actually at the hospital ship now, so... let's go ahead and park ourselves next to it. And turn my spotlight on again so we can actually see. Oh my goodness. Okay. I also need to clamp my steering a bit, because at the minute it can obviously go fully sideways, and that's not the greatest. Or at least make it slower. That would be a good idea. How do I make this guy stop? I need him to slow down or stop. I don't know which is the better idea. Please? Can you slow down? I don't want to go underneath the water anymore. Oh, I think that means he's stopping. Or does that mean he's going? Maybe that means he's going. I have no idea. Oh my goodness. Yep, these waves are a bit big for my boat. Guys, I might have done a boo-boo. I might have done a huge boo-boo. My engine exploded. Oh no. I mean, it wouldn't be one of my videos without this happening, but I don't like the fact that it has. Oh my goodness. Okay. We might have to go downstairs to fix that, but yeah, this could cause some issues. Can I even get back there? I can repair it from here, apparently. That's very lucky. That is extremely lucky. Okay, I think we're fixed. Sort of. Let's go ahead and jump. Oh, I can't see. I can't see. Close that. Right, we need to start the bilge pumps. What is the bilge pump button? 5. Okay, hopefully that's working. Yeah, it looks like it is. All right, we're good. Where's the big boat gone? We need to catch up. Oh my goodness. Okay, this has been actually very painful to do, but we have made it over to the boat. Unfortunately, it does look like the boat might start sinking soon. And also, I think it's only just started moving again. But that's fine, right? Let's try and power through these waves. The problem is, yep. The problem is, as soon as I get some power and start moving a bit, the propellers touch the water and it fires me off in a random direction. So I need to be very, very careful here, because I really do not want to sink, and I don't want to explode. I want none of that business to happen. So I'm just going to try and plow forwards a little bit more. Please touch the water. Come on. Come on. Yep, we're doing it. A little bit more. Little bit more. Okay. We're going to jump off. I can't actually get to that, can I? I can't get to the rope. That sucks. Oh boy, I'm overboard. Oh no, this is going terribly. Right, I've got rope here. I've got an idea. Catch up, let's go. You know when things go from bad to worse? Oh wow, I didn't realize my boat had such damage on the back. There we go. I went overboard there, and problem is, I am now attached onto that boat. Whoa, no, don't make me go overboard again. Okay, these waves are causing some huge issues for me, aren't they? This is bad. Yeah, I need to catch up down the side and reattach onto the side. That's what I need to do. So we're gonna floor it down the edge. All right, and if I can detach and reattach onto that, that is what we need to do. Okay, so get in front, detach. Oh, are you kidding me? This is not where I expected to be having problems. This might be my only option. Please stop your boat. That might be it. That might have stopped him. But who knows? Probably not. This guy doesn't want to stop his boat. I've got 4 guys that are in an emergency, and still, the hospital boat does not want to stop. This has legitimately been one of the worst experiences I've ever had in this game, like ever. And there's not much I can really do about it. Well, now I'm going too fast. Oh, this is stressful. This is so stressful, and it shouldn't even be a problem. Is there a way to make it just stop? Is there a way to end this? I want to end this, please. All right, I'm attached on with myself. I've fallen into the water, and I'm going to connect on to... Never mind. I can't. Oh, oh wait, I didn't realize I could hold on to the rope whilst it's connected, whilst I'm in here. That's weird. All right. We'll drive forwards. Sail forwards. All right, we are going to... Oh, we just bounced off. I don't know why we keep bouncing off. This is awful. This is actually awful. All right, there we go. Pull it into the side of the boat. We're gonna actually jump overboard in a second. No, we're not. No, we're not. Not if we're going this fast. Okay. Okay. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go! It's not moving! Move! Move, please! Please! Oh! What is happening? I think we're just stalling out the engines every time, and that's... It's not good. It's not good. We did try and shoot out their propellers, but shooting out their propellers did not work. And my engine seems to want to shut down at any chance it can. Or engines, I should say. Alright, we're jumping over. Jump over. Where's the thing? No. 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 Alright. We are sinking? We are currently sinking. Alright, this has turned from a whoopsie to a oopsie-doopsie. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. My engine wants to start. My engine really wants to start. But I think the air inlets are kind of underwater a little bit. Okay. Pause. Pause. Turn off the starter. We're sinking. We are actually sinking. Grab this. Fix it. Fix it, fix it, fix it. Fix it, fix it, fix it. Okay. Bilge pumps are still trying to do their job. And I'm dying. Okay. All of these guys are gonna die as well. Oh, this is so bad. Alright, the guys at the front, go to the back. Please don't sink on me. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. Okay, I'm gonna hope that the bilge pumps eventually get this back out of the water. The fact that the hospital ship doesn't stop for emergencies is really dumb, but it's what we've got. Alright, you just sit in the water with me. Please? Bilge pumps, please do your job. It does look like it's still sinking. Alright, well, I can't say I've ever been in this situation where I'm actually sitting in the water waiting for my boat to come back up. My boat is not a submarine, it is a boat. Oh, this is terrible. Also, look at that. The hospital ship, in an emergency, is just sailing away. It's just leaved. It's just leaved. Leaved? It's just leaved. Yeah, I'm gonna say that, sure. My boat does look like it is resurrecting itself from the bottom of the ocean. So this is good. We are gonna be fine, maybe. Alright, let's start putting everybody back on board. The sea has actually leveled off massively as well. So we're in a good situation there. But I think I'm gonna not take these guys to a hospital. I actually think, unless I can get to the hospital boat near my base. But let's just jump on board and start sailing back home. And if I can catch this boat, then we'll catch that one. That is the only option here, actually. I need the money now. We've wasted so much fuel. We need the money. And actually, we can see the hospital boat, so we're gonna try one more time, okay? That hospital boat is gone. The new hospital boat might stop for us. Who knows? No way, this one has actually stopped for me. Okay, so the other one was just being a bumhole. Like a huge bumhole. Okay, let's go ahead and go over here. We're gonna attach onto here if we can. There we go, and onto there. And then we need to move all these guys up there. Alright, come on. In fact, actually, stop my engine real quick. There we go, because I don't want to overheat it by accident. Let's go ahead and get these guys on as quickly as we can. Here we go. I didn't expect this to be the main issue here. I thought maybe we'd get destroyed by an enemy warship, or even an enemy helicopter, or something like that. But no! The main problem was an upset hospital boat that really upset me, and that's really sad. Anyway, delivery! There we go. Delivered. And there we go. Have we got 4 deliveries? It just says 3. Has one guy stopped out? Wait. Is one guy falling off the boat? Hello? Why have we got flashing? You bugger! Alright, come on. Up you go. And in you go. Delivered. Alright, we got 3,000 for each of these guys. At the end of the day, that's pretty good. We, though, need to get out of here. So let's disconnect from this, and we're going to return back to our base. That was awful. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you guys. That was disgusting. Right, where is our base? It's just here. So let's set that as a waypoint. There we go. Shove it in. And let's go. Alright. Fortunately, we can actually... Are we in reverse still? I was going to say, fortunately, we can actually turn on the spot, but we don't need to do that. We are good. Oh my goodness. What a bizarre situation that was. Well, we have in fact made it home, but I can't see anything because it is nighttime and currently we don't have a house. So I think what I'll do right now is actually build Maybe a little shed to sleep in tonight? I don't know. Let's get to it. I can't actually say this is something that I've ever done. So this is going to be pretty weird for me. There's my boat. We don't need a boat because we are building on land. Yeah. Oh, we get to build on this land down here. Okay. Right. Well, get rid of the boat then. Let's go ahead and remove that. There we go. I do wish it was daytime. So actually, let's go ahead and put a bed in first. We're going to go to sleep and then we'll figure it out from there. All right. Well, it's daytime. For some reason, it put snow on the ground in this. I don't know why. That's really weird. But it is what it is. Anyway, we have our starting piece right here. And I'd like to do something with it. But actually, I need to go down to the floor first. You can go through the floor? That's weird. Why can you go through the floor? Anyway, we need a house. So I don't know how to even go about doing this. Door? Yes. We're going to go with one of these doors, which is really weird. But it is what it is. There we go. And I'm just going to build a bit of a shed, I think. All right, well, yeah, we're going for it. Let's go ahead and add some windows onto this. We're going to do it like this and like this. And I guess if we shove one of these above each of those, that'll look okay. We're then going to go ahead and continue the windows, or the wall, I should say, across the sides. Yep, that makes sense. And then we'll actually just build it backwards as well. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I've never built a house in this game ever. Ever before. Bam, whack that on there. Shove this across this way. There we go. Do this one. Same way. Bosh. Realistically, I should have added a floor into here. So actually, all of that might need moving upwards. In fact, it definitely does need moving upwards. Okay, well, that's our current situation. It's like building my first house in Minecraft. Or pretty much everyone's first house in Minecraft. I've built a dirt hole. Yeah, this is ugly. How do people normally build roofs on their houses? I genuinely, like, this is weird to me. Yeah, this feels very strange. We're gonna go ahead and build a roof on here like this. Wait, can I even mirror? Ugh. Oh, I've not even built it in the right place for mirroring. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we can if I do this, if I grab it and I cut it and I move it across a little bit. Is that the right place? Who knows? Yes it is. All right, very good. Well, we're going to go ahead and have a roof on here. And I think I'm just going to do it like this. There we go. All right, that's a nice roof. There we go. Lovely roof right there as well. Beautiful. Let's build this all in together. There we go. And then we'll build it in. There we go. Bosh, 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 and bosh. There we go. Beautiful. Inside here, we're just going to go ahead and delete these guys real quick. We're going to build a wall. There we go. And we're going to have to do the same thing on this side. There we go. A wall. And there we go. All right, we have ourselves a building. Upstairs at the top in the loft, we're going to go ahead and delete these guys, and I'm going to put a porthole in. Yep, porthole on that side, porthole on this side. Sure. All right, our house is looking okay so far. Okay, next thing is a door frame, because I kind of want to put something that looks a little bit like a gutter on the edge. So we're going to go ahead and shove that on both edges right there. I'm going to delete this guy on both sides, and I'm going to shove this on here. That makes it look way nicer, and that does too. Okay, we're then going to paint the roof all correctly as well, so I'm going to do this and that. There we go. Okay, so far so good. These pieces and that, and I guess that bit as well. Yes, on the inside of there, and probably actually the underside of this. So far, so good. Okay, out front, what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to bring this forwards. I'm going to do it in the roof color, of course. We're going to go forwards by, like, 3. I'm going to shove one of these guys on there like that. And then I'm going to do this. Hold on. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and get some rocket boosters. And I'm going to bring it down from there. Okay, I mean, so far, this is all right, I guess. Gonna go ahead and whack that down there, whack it down here, and there like that. Okay. This bit is a bit off though now, so let's change that up. We're gonna go with probably one of these, and then that there, and this here, and just do this. Whack and whack. Okay. Cool. Very cool. I think. Maybe. I think I want to put in something that looks a little bit like a foundation, so we're going to go ahead and chuck that all the way around the side at the bottom. There we go. And our house is looking alright. I am going to go ahead and add these guys below the windows. Probably like this. There we go. And I'm going to do that on each of these windows. In fact, all of the windows. So delete all of those, shove it across. That's fine. Including the front ones. Alright. There we go. Alright, let's spawn her in and see what it looks like. Oh, cute little house! Yeah, it does look pretty cool. Alright, let's go inside and have a little look. Yeah, this'll work. I want a way to get into the upstairs, though. Okay, I've shoved a ladder in, kind of in front of a window, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and add some pipes in here as well. That's alright, there we go. I think I want my bed to be up here. I do, so we're gonna go ahead and check these guys in here. Hopefully we can have these. It might be that I have to remove some to fit the bed. Also, a bed probably doesn't fit upstairs. It would be so cozy if it did, though. Imagine. Alright, bed. Here we go. Yeah, there's no way I'm fitting a bed upstairs. And in fact, I could barely fit a bed downstairs, which is the weird thing. Alright, chuck that in there. There we go. We don't want to... Oh, we will have two beds. Yeah, you know what? We will actually have two beds. Just in case we eventually have someone join us. Who knows? Right, okay. We're going to go ahead and do that. That is beautiful. The floor itself, I think, should be a slightly different color to everything else. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Upstairs, we're going to do a very similar thing. And then I guess we should really have some sort of equipment. Oh, you know what? Let's not do two beds. Let's just do one bed. There we go. And then equipment could go over there. Okay, so fire extinguisher gonna go in. Welder obviously gonna go in as well. First aid kits, they need to go in here too. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm just gonna box that into the wall, sort of, like that. We're then gonna need stuff like hoses and ropes. So we're gonna have 2 hoses. We're gonna have 2 cables and also 2 ropes, wherever they are. There we go. Rope and rope. Excellent. We're also going to need a light in here, so we're going to go ahead and do that next. Here it is. So a light is going to go there. We're going to need a heater of some sort, so let's chuck one of those in. Probably just in here. That seems weird, but sure. And I'm going to go ahead and put a button for both of those in here as well. Toggle button. That is going to be for the heater. It's going to go right there. And a toggle button for the light is going to go right here. Okay, bosh that together. Bosh this together. We're going to need a battery for the electricity. And that should be fine. We'll shove a few batteries under the bed. Okay. This is very weird indeed. I like the idea of having our own house, though. This is nice. Alright, fill all of those into each of those. There we go. They're already connected. They're already connected. I think that's fine. Oh, I am so happy with this. Okay, let's go inside and turn the light on. There we go. We got a little light in here and the heater works too. Okay. Do I actually need batteries in this? I don't know if you need batteries in this type of build. I have no idea. But anyway, we can sleep now in peace with the full knowledge that we know that we can't die in our sleep to waves and stuff like that. I'm happy. I'm actually so happy. Okay, right. Now that we have in fact built our own house, I think it is time to end the video here. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this so far, and if you want to see more, let me know in the comments down below. I will say at the end of this video, the war series that I did start is actually already done. The main reason for that is because the videos just weren't good enough, and I think I might actually delete the series in full. I do think this series is going to be a lot better, so hopefully you guys do enjoy it. I will try and do some tasks like shoot down helicopters, destroy some boats, stuff like that in the future, but we'll have to wait and see. I also really like the idea of doing an armed fishing trawler, so that might come up too. Anyway, for now, thank you guys very much for watching, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.